the governor of the state himself obeys the sit at home on Monday, and then the civil servants that work in government house obey the sit at home, and government shut down on Mondays, it means the real governor of Southeast is Simon Ekpa, ruling the Southeast from Finland.
They call for one Nigeria to move on now. What's your take as regards?
Thank you so much. As I'm talking to you now, Southeast is the richest region in Nigeria. We are not losing anything, Kobo, economically. Most of the industries, most of the domestic hardwares, essential commodities used by Southeasterners in Nigeria here are manufactured by Southeasterners. Industries, production companies owned by the Igbos, not federal government of Nigeria. Point of correction, Akpabio was sponsored by Ekpa government during when Ekpa was the premier of Southeastern Nigeria. Akpabio's father was one of the people employed by the government of Ekpa at Enugu State House. Now that Akpabio is made Senate President, after governor of Akwa Ibom, he has embezzled enough money when he was governor of Akwa Ibom. Akpabio, as a Senate President, it is too obvious that paddling of budgets is his own prime priorities. The one they paddled last year or 2 years ago, bust. Ngimi, because them of that mind. Dingy, thank you. Ninja exposed them. Akpabio has stolen enough money. He should shut up his mouth. Could be that Akpabio was not former governor of Akwa Ibom, current Senate President. He will not be asking or fighting for one Nigeria. There's no unified Nigeria. What we have is dismembered Nigeria, disintegrated Nigeria. As Sadano Soto is busy there in Sokoto, uniting his Fulani Janjaweed men. I don't know what to understand. Cornering most of the dividend of our natural resources to his people in Sahel countries. There is nothing like one Nigeria. The people that are fighting for one Nigeria have stolen enough funds in government. Akpabio should ask himself why is he agitating for one Nigeria. Could be that Akpabio's wife is one of these women, market women now, all around Oba, scrambling for survival. They are everywhere in market here, in the market Oba here. Akpabio wouldn't have been asking the whole world that Nigeria should be one. Akpabio should leave Simon Ekpa alone. Akpabio, for your greatest surprise, Ekpa has been exonerated, lifted and promoted, celebrated by EU member nations. Because Wasila, the company that paid the judge that actually delivered judgment that pitted Ekpa to 6 years jail tenure, has been, at least the company has been exposed. It is owned by Alex Todd, the Finnish president. So as I'm talking to you now, there's nothing you can do about Simon Ekpa. Ekpa is not jailed. Ekpa is going to be set free by United Nations. To the shamefulness of Akpabio. Akpabio, you should face the scam, the scam, sex scandal going on in the house now. You have shamed yourself. You are a shameless man. And you have stopped Natasha to resume session. Yes. Legislative session, you deny Natasha. Because what? You have Uhu that could not allow you to rest. Akpabio, Uhugi, Ade Ekweligi Zulike. Now, you are talking to Ekpa and Nadekano. Akpabio Uhu. Listen, Biafra has come. No oneness, no one united Nigeria could stop Akpabio, could stop Biafra. Listen and listen good. You, Saddam Sultan Gumi, should face Sahel country, face your Abuja, which is your Abuja, and leave Igbo man alone. Come what may, it has spread all over the world. It has escalated uncontrollable. The marginalization, exploitation, and persecution of Igbos since 55 years, from 1970 till now. 55 years. Akpabio, you cannot stop it. You are too small. Biafra is bigger than you and whatever you represent. Gumi is nothing but an Islamic cleric, Muslim cleric that was banned last year from going to Saudi Arabia. Gumi is a terrorist. That's why Saudi could not allow him to come. Gumi, you cannot stop Biafra. The best thing you can do is just go into Sahel country and dwell over there. What about Sadano Sokoto? Or you well at Akwa Ibom? Go and manage it right now because Biafra is coming. That land belongs to us. We don't care. We are not listening to your preaching. You liars. Look at the way Nigerians are being reared, trained like goats. You are telling me that we are one Nigeria. Which infrastructure that make you a country here? You don't have one, no social amenities. We live like pigs. You rear people like cows. Then you go to Britain, France, and other countries, to refresh your blood. When you sick, you go to take medication abroad. While Nigerians are dying of poor medications here. You are just deceiving yourself. This is the right time you should listen to Pan-Africanists. It is Pan-Africanism. Currently, Africans are waking up. They have actually woken up. Look at Burkina Faso, a small boy of that 6 years old. Yes, he's making great waves globally. And you are there in the house, stealing money. I think you have failed. Saddam Hussein, you have failed. Gumi, I don't have enough word for you. I refer you to Abeokuta Psychiatric Hospital or Yaba here for serious treatment, Gumi. I'm telling you.
But if Akpabio said, that the Igbo should drop this Biafra, cause, why is it that he's not talking about the development here in the southeast? Because as I want to, he said Ekpa was causing mayhem, the killings and the Monday sit at home were causing problems.
Can you listen and listen clearly? The development we have in the east today are actually sweat, hard works of Igbo men. Igbo's industrialists, Igbo entrepreneurs. Igbos ventured into entrepreneurship since 1970, and they are giants of entrepreneurship on the continent of Africa. Nobody is bigger than them. So the development Akpabio is happy and talking about, he is only the one that could tell much about that development. That development is for Akpabio and his camp. As of me, Anambra is well developed. Abia is the best state of the federation right now because of Alex Otis, resilience and achievement. Then again, Anambra State is high. Imo State, Enugu State has won 100 million naira as the best green state, the neatest. So the Southeasterners are hardworking people. We are not looking towards Nigeria. See, infrastructures in Nigeria, in Southeastern Nigeria, were built by Igbo industrialists. They are the one developing that region, not Akpabio, not Nigeria. And we don't need anything from Nigeria again. It is too late. You cannot eat your cake and have it. Igbos are not fools. Times have come that everybody should mind his own region. Akpabio, if you don't like Biafra land, Southeastern states again, you can go back to Abuja and join your people, your friends, your slave masters, Fulani Janjawis. We are done. We are done. We're okay in Biafra land.
But a lot of people on Telegram have said, but this is coming too late. Tinubu promising to, bring that much development to the south.
Listen, good. Those are political promises. You don't believe on all these credulous, succulent politicians promising you all manners of, developmental infrastructures, employment infrastructures, social infrastructures, and other, amenities. Say it has come late. Why? Because it has been politicized. It's not from his heart. We are not on the budget of Nigerian annual budgets. I don't understand.
Why not?
We are not. You've seen how everything was interpreted on the month of March, February, March, April, when the whole developmental budget was read. Southeast was not included. Did you and I not treat it? One of the lawmakers stood up and said, people don't know what you are doing. Which one is for Southeastern Nigeria? Was it not the reason why he stood up and started mentioning about Southeastern developmental, ministry, commission, ND, something. Thank you, South. Thank you, SEDC, EDC. I don't understand. It's because we have started clamoring, telling Yoruba President Buhari that you are a hater of Igbo, anti-Igbonism. Tinubu is bent on ethnic, antagonism, and that is why he turned his back on Igbo man, allowing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to rot in jail. Nothing is doing right now that could ever convince me, unless that he loves the Igbos, unless Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is let off the cage of DSS facilities. I'm not eyeing at Tinubu. I'm not eyeing at anybody. What I know now is let an innocent man be discharged from prison. Tinubu has actually discharged his brother, Sunday Igboho. The same cause they were fighting. If you say Nnamdi Kanu is a secessionist, I said Awole, Abanga Awole. Nnamdi Kanu Abro is a secessionist. He is fighting for the oppression, against the oppression of Igbo man. Over marginalization and the what? Exploitation of Igbo man. Kanu is not a secessionist. Kanu is fighting for what? Mechanisms used against the Igbos. And what and who are these mechanisms? One, Opus Odema. Two, Peter Mba. Three, Charles Nkodo Mbafo Soludo. Four, Francis Nwafulefu. With exemption of Elesoti. Elesoti is not among them. He is a true Igbo leader we have now, together with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu should stop playing games with Igbos. Will come of age. We are better than any region in Nigeria, education-wise, industrialization, and other likes. We are the best. Nobody could play with our brain and get scot-free. Tinubu is just playing to the gallery. And we've actually seen that Tinubu is like a grass cutter who is trying to hide away from the hunters, while all his uhu, his ike, his waste, everywhere is exposed to the same hunter to slaughter him. Nzuzo Nchikonezo, Tinubu is not smart. To a smart Igbo man, he has failed.
But there was a prophet that said what? That it foresee that there will not be election, in Nigeria, and most importantly in the southeast. Do you agree with this?
Okay, thank you so much. Anybody, Nebu Amumora, concerning Nigeria, concerning Biafra, Akamadria. The only person I believe today is Jesus the Christ and Chineke Okike Biamma. The second person, third person is Holy Spirit. Then, when you talk about human, when they are representing God, I am respecting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the greatest prophet of our time, who predicted every vices that is happening, going on against Nigerian contraption now, many previous years. Is the good prophet. I don't care about any other prediction or prophecy from anybody. I am not God. I will never say this man is a good prophet, this man is a good prophet, but still, I respect the prophets, the prophecy in the person of Ebuka Obi. He's an anointed man of God. When you come to Southwest here, Peter Abiola Debisi, he's an anointed man of God. Let me tell you, there are many good prophets and pastors in Nigeria, with inclusion of all these names aforementioned. But I'm not trying to align with all these people that are saying blah 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 blah. Listen, I read on social media when a man just stood up and said, Trump, you are going to win. Trump, you are going to lose. Trump, you are going. Someone said, Trump, you are going to lose this election. Later, Trump won. They are showing his prophecy across social media platform worldwide to actually indicate to you that no man is God. God is God. He only himself is God alone. The whole powers in heavens and the earth are accorded unto him. He's the one that controls all the power. All power belongs to you. Powers belong to you. In all the heavens and all the earth, powers belong to you. You see it not to man. But many Nigerians are claiming that they are seeing, hearing from God. When their prophecy fails, have you ever seen any one of them to come out to say, I apologize? None. That's why I always trust in God.
The force men like police, soldier, to be vigilant and watch very well. I am seeing ammunition being distributing to many parts of the country by terrorists. War is coming between the masses and terrorists. And I see ammunition being distributing. When I say being distributing to so many parts of the country, I don't mention a particular place, but I'm seeing it coming. But this is the pattern they are using to distribute the ammunition. Now, the pattern is ambulance. And I saw multiple gaskets, different gaskets with posters of people on that poster, and looks like it is corpse but it was ammunition they carried, distributing to so many parts of the country. And when they settle down, they will start oppression and destroying so many lives of people. So God is telling me to keep you alert. Please don't joke with this message. Make sure that this message will reach everybody. I've not said this before. I am seeing ammunition being distributing to many parts of the country. I'm not saying a particular place, but many parts of the country. And it has been distributing with ambulance and gaskets. They will pack it inside the gasket and cover it as if it is human being, not knowing that it is ammunition, guns, bad weapons. So the Lord is giving this information that put on search of every ambulance. They would put it in a way that something happened with posters coming down to east, going down to west, and other parts of the country. Here in Nigeria, this is what God is telling me. So may God use the false agency to expose this evil plan, and they need to be watchful. May God expose it in the name of Jesus. It's not a good one.
Nigeria, I do not believe it was created by God. I don't believe it. I believe that Elizabeth I got into a deal with the Ottoman Empire, and they had a deal concerning the Sudan. And those who care to buy the book, buy the book. It's written by a fellow called, the name of the book is The Martyrdom of Man. As far as Africa was concerned, two empires got together and decided that this land will go to the sons of Ishmael. It is self-evident. But let's not go there. This is not a political forum. This is a church. And the church has responsibilities to get right what man got wrong. She's the light of the world and the salt of the earth. That's important. I have no problem with people of any faith being in charge, but they must adhere to the constitution of we the people. And when a constitution purports to be of we the people and it is not, it's some soldiers who wrote it, you have to question why we obey that constitution. Nigeria cannot be a solid nation that is properly grounded going towards her destiny. We started to go, but the Bible says, Psalm 11 verse 3, if the foundation is corrupted, if it is destroyed, what can the righteous do? To build a sustainable building, you have to build a solid foundation. You do a soil test, you do your engineering statics, and you determine what will carry this building and make it last for a long time. There's a difference between any Jankara Jati road and the road that they built that takes you to the Lagos airport. That's a proper road. Why they build roads and resurface them wrongly, I don't know. Somebody suggested to me that it's that kind of road because they want the same contract next year. That means that somebody sitting down somewhere making decisions has no sense of equity and justice. Do you understand? I hope you get me. I'm riding. Are you ready to ride or die? Are you getting ready to ride all the way? Let's go. And we have two civilizations in this country. There was a colonial conquest coming from the Maghreb, the Sahel, and it was interrupted by another colonial conquest of the British. And the British are not, let me say it another way, Awolowo, Tafawa Balewa, Amadu Bello, and Azikiwe, they are not the founding fathers of Nigeria, in my opinion. The founding fathers of Nigeria are some men from Whitehall and a fellow called Top Goldman, his girlfriend, she named the country, and also Lugard. This nation was created for the business of the British purse, so they wouldn't have to bear the bill for the not as prosperous and unwealthy part of the country.
It is not a good one.
In short, if you think I don't know what I'm saying, I dare you to come and pick me, and I'll prove it to you, not based on newspaper headings, based on reality, that some of these corrupt military officers and some of these corrupt politicians are sending a bunch of demoralized soldiers and ill-equipped soldiers to go and face their death warrant in the name of trying to protect the country, and at the end of the day, they end up becoming casualty, victims, and even the people they are protecting to become victims. Are you trying to tell me that a lot of the generals are not aware that some of the allowances of these men, these soldiers, are still not being paid? A lot of the provisions that are enshrined in what is supposed to guide their conduct, their provisions, is not being paid? Are you trying to tell me that the Senate Chairman Committee, the House of Reps members in charge of all in charge of oversight functions in regards the conduct of military operations and all their activities are not aware of the fact that these soldiers are still shortchanged, some of the soldiers are still ill-equipped, some of the soldiers are demoralized? Are you telling me that? I'm going to tell you that factually. I am telling you, and President Tinubu, you will never be perceived, you will never succeed in regards this insurgency and insecurity till you are ready to fight corruption. But from your body language, it seems you are not even ready to fight corruption. What are you telling me? Let's look at it now. When was the last time? Kitting is one of the basic necessities of soldiering job. When was the last time issues were distributed? According to the provisions, these kittens are supposed to, the uniforms, the boot or whatever, are supposed to be distributed biannually. When was the last time it was done? Most especially in the Navy. We're talking about almost like, close to like 10 years ago. And you are sitting there down here and you are now acting as if you are not aware. What happens to the medical service that these people are supposed to be benefiting from? What are the medical services? It's rubbish. A typical military man would prefer to go and subscribe to private hospitals rather than going to military hospitals that are supposed to checkmate that. Are we going to be talking about their allowances? Their allowances are still shortchanged up to today. Are you saying you are not aware? At the end of the day, you send a bunch of demoralized soldiers, and at the end of the day, they are now at the mercy of Boko Haram, bandits, and the rest of it. And all you can do is whenever situations happen, you come and say you are giving a marching order, you are giving a marching order for military to go and apprehend. How many have they apprehended? You have a lot of corruption charges that you are supposed to look into. And I wonder why the likes of even Buhari are working freely when they have a lot of questions to answer. What happened to the Dasuki Gate? What is now the situation with Dasuki Gate? What happened to the charges in regards to the former chief of naval staff, Jibrin? What has happened to it? And a lot of other corruption charges in billions. And you are sitting quiet and keeping quiet. All you're just thinking about is defection, how to win the next election. I'm telling you that if you don't do anything about this, if you are not ready to fight corruption, I am telling you, by God's grace, you will not see that. And at the end of the day, even when you succeed in that, where is the humanity in you? How do you want to be remembered? You want to be remembered as a president that just did 2 times tenure? And at the end of the day, you are gone. How old are you? How old are you? How many years do you have left? I'm talking to you, Tinubu. How many years do you think you have left on the face of this earth? And you can't confront these things and stand and kick against them? Look at the way they are just unaliving soldiers. Look at the way they are unaliving civilians. And at the end of the day, we come back and play politics about this. How long is this going to remain? A lot of shortchanging. Look at their feeding. Look at how do you expect a soldier now that is faced with a lot of these things in his head? The fact that he's thinking about how to survive, how to feed his family. There's no good adequate medical care. He have to buy boots for himself. He have to buy uniform for himself. Out of how much? It's only in Nigeria that you see a soldier trying to see how he can measure to survive out. Feed him, just feed him till the next era comes. They complain of being shortchanged. You people introduce IPPIS. IPPIS, what has it changed? Nothing. You have succeeded in just dividing one part to some of the corrupt military officials and one part to a kind of a private business entity. What is happening recently of the moment? You have a situation where they are paid allowances. It takes almost after they are paid IPPIS. It takes almost after 15 days for them to receive their allowances, dividing this little money that they have. A lot of ills going on. And I bet you, if you are ready to fight insecurity in that country, if you are not ready to fight corruption, I'm telling you, there's nothing that is going to change. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. A lot of ills, a lot of corruption is going on. Tell this to everybody. A lot of corruption is proven. It can be proven that is still going on in the military. And you are quiet about this. You are quiet about this. All you can just come and tell is you have given marching order. What the hell? Who has marching order helped? Look into the details. Look into the major cause of all these things. Why are we having a bunch of demoralized soldiers? Why are we having a bunch of ill-equipped soldiers going to fight this insurgency?
Did the Igbos miscalculate at some point in the history of Nigeria?
No. Well, as far as the war was concerned, it wasn't miscalculation. The war was not necessary. They shouldn't have gone to war. But they were provoked. Igbos had no choice but to go to the war. They had no choice other than to fight to defend it, to defend humanity. I supported Ojukwu 1,000%. They were pushed to the wall. They had to fight. They had to create their own country by fire, by force.
Do you think there should be Biafra?
Of course. Of course. Of course. Why did I go and visit my Zegu's mother? Why did I go to the east for my honeymoon? Why did I go to Lagos or go to somewhere else to do my honeymoon after marriage?
You went to the house of Chinua Achebe?
I went to Chinua Achebe in Nsukka University. I spent a night there. I went to Mazi, the author, what's his name now? He was president of youth movement. He lived somewhere close to Enugu. You know, I went to see him. I spent a night there.
Will Biafra come?
It will come. I mean, Nigeria is going to break up. Nobody can do anything about it. Nobody.
Why are you so certain about it?
Because I know it will happen. No country operated the way Nigeria has been operated can survive. It's not possible. All the rogues who are running the country down, who are doing all sorts of things they are doing now, will pass away. They will not be there forever.